Good evening, and welcome to Sports Line Radio. My name is Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato, and I am broadcasting live in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, the sports and gaming capital of the United States of America. And you are listening to this program right here on 910 AM WBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. And like we do every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, we talk football, gambling, against the spread. That's right, yeah. No sugarcoating here, Cap. We're not sugarcoating nothing, man. We're going to the window. Every game that I give out here on the program, I'm going to have money on. Everyone. And what a great week it was last week. 5-0. The MeatMan goes perfect. A perfect 5-0. I went and saw the bookie a little while ago, man. You'd have thought he lost a family member. Yep, he got me 2 weeks in a row. There's no doubt about it. But whatever he got me for the last 2 weeks, I came back and took it right from him. I took it right from him, Cap. I mean, it just boom. Boom. I love it. I love it. There's nothing better than getting that little white envelope from the bookie. Now, yeah, I bet in the casinos out here. And I got my phone, I got my smartphone and all that. I got my William Hill app, you know. I got the app for the Stations Casino. You know, one thing about living out here in Las Vegas, there's all sorts of ways to be able to bet on the games. I mean, you don't have to sugarcoat it. You don't have to do anything illegal. It's all legal, man. You know, one thing about this town, between the marijuana and the betting on sports, it's not a bad place to live. You know what I'm saying? If you're a single guy and you ain't got no kids and you don't have no wife or no ex-wife and all that, I mean, you know, you just don't have to worry about nothing. You know, when you were living back in Louisiana, you never knew if the police were going to come kick your door in, because I made a couple of bets on some football games, for crying out loud. I mean, gee whiz. I took a few hits on a bong. I mean, my God, you're gonna give me a criminal record and try to seize my property and all that. So that's one of the good things about living out here in Las Vegas. It's the small things that you're able to do. Yeah, you're still not allowed to murder anybody. Yeah, you still can't go to 7-Eleven with a gun and rob the joint. You can't do that. But you can smoke weed, and you can bet on football and all sorts of sports, and it's too bad some other states don't do that. I wish Mississippi would, man. If Mississippi, they decriminalize weed. And, man, if they'd have sports betting, I'd move to Mississippi. I'd live right down the water. I don't even like the water. I don't even like the beach. And I'd still move there. I like that. I like those casinos in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast and everything. And like I said, I'm not even a water and a beach kind of guy. The MeatMan can't take his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? I get sunburned too easy. Plus, I look so good without the shirt on. You know, you kind of feel uncomfortable around the other guys, making them feel bad. So I got skin that easily gets sunburned. So the MeatMan, I usually don't even take the shirt off. But all right, yeah, the 5-0 last week. And that puts our record at this. And during the preseason, we didn't lose a game. We were 5-0. Then the first week of the season was college football only. We went 3-1. Then the second week of the college football, the first week of the NFL, not good. 2-5. 2-5. And the second week of the NFL, the third week of the college, not good again. 2-3. But then last week, week 4 of the college football, week 3 of the NFL, the MeatMan comes with a 5-0, 1-0 on Saturday in college football, and 4-0 on Sunday. Couple of games of winning outright. The New Orleans Saints, they win outright. That's right, and yeah, it was all right, man. The MeatMan, it was good. It was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'll be the first guy to admit it. Chicago Bears, they won outright. That's why I got confused on Christ and Show, because the Bears played last night, but the pick that I gave out last week on the show was the Chicago Bears against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got all discombobulated on the program that I did right before this. When I do my guest spot on Tommy Christ and Show, Pelican Sports Radio, sponsored by Pelican Sports TV. So I kind of got that screwed up. But yeah, two of them went outright. I actually took a favorite, the Kansas City Chiefs. They won by 2 touchdowns. And then we got a little lucky in the Cincinnati Bengals Green Bay Packers game. We had over the total. Took a lot of work to get there. Had to make a couple of extra points late in the ball game. But we got there. And the bottom line is we got the money. 5-0. So can I do it again? Can the MeatMan go 5-0 again? I think I can. I got some good picks, man. I got some good picks. I got a couple in the NFL that I'm looking at, and I got a couple in college football that I'm looking at. So let's get things started here, Cap. Get your pen and paper out, and let's get ready to take some of that no good stinking bookies money. I mean, yes, I love it, man. I saw that guy a little while ago. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. You're playing all these parlays and round robins and this and that. Yeah, and I didn't lose a game. I always put my radio picks in a special parlay and all that. That way, if I do good, I get all excited when I do the show. You know what I mean? I just kick this guy's, you know what, man. Once again, hey, if you missed out last week, we're going to get him this week, Cap. We're going to get him. Yeah, we're going to have some bad weeks. We're going to have some 2 and 5s out there, but we're going to have more 5-0s and 4 and 1s than we're going to have 2 and 5s. I can tell you that right now. So let's get the party started here. And before we do that, as always, I just want to quickly remind everybody, just to make sure we don't get anybody in trouble, that the following information is to be used as news material only and is not intended to violate any state, federal, or local laws. All right, let's start with the Sunday games. Let's start with the NFL. And the first game on the board is the Saints. The Saints are going to kneel down before the playing of the national anthem, just like the Dallas Cowboys did. They're all going to take a knee, just like the Cowboys did on Monday night. They're all going to take a knee, and then they're all going to stand up, and we're going to play the national anthem. What a joke, man. What a joke. What a joke. What a joke. This is what you guys came up with? You know what that's going to stop in this country? Nothing. Other than people watching you bozos play football. That's all it's going to stop, man. I've been telling people for a long time. Every time they go, man, the Saints won a Super Bowl 6-7 years ago. I go, has your life changed at all since the Saints won a Super Bowl? Your life doesn't change one bit when the Saints win a ball game, unless you got money on it. Unless you're betting on it, like I'm going to bet on it. I mean, that's the only reason I care about the Saints on Sunday. I don't care what they do. You want to take a knee before the game to protest social injustice here in the United States of America? I mean, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. I mean, come on, man. I mean, my God, what a joke. What a joke. Thank God the Saints are playing the Miami Dolphins, because they would probably get their you-know-what's kicked. They would probably get their you-know-what's handed to them. They're all going to take a knee. They're going to take a knee in solidarity against who knows what. I still can't even figure out what they're protesting. I don't get it. Every one of these players lives in an all-white neighborhood in a big old house with multiple bedrooms and multiple bathrooms and a big old fence around it. What you crying about, man? You're a hypocrite. That's what you are, Cap. You're a hypocrite. The bottom line is you're a hypocrite. You out there saying one thing, but then when it comes to something else, you're doing something else, man. You're nothing but a hypocrite. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All right, you got the Saints, the Hootatters, the Bless You Boys, the Black and Gold, the Cha-Chings, playing the Miami Dolphins, who had to score on the last play of the game to avoid the shutout against the New York Jets. The Jets, Jets. Wow. The first game of the season, the Miami Dolphins survive on a missed field goal for the second straight week by the kicker from the San Diego Chargers. The first week of the season, the game got canceled because of the hurricane. So the Miami Dolphins are 1-1. They have a win against the San Diego Chargers, who missed the field goal on the last play of the game. And they got a loss when they were losing 20-0 to the New York Jets, until Jay Cutler connected for a touchdown pass with literally 0 seconds left on the clock. The line on this game opened at bookmaker 2. The New Orleans Saints -2. The total 50. It's now gone to 3. The total's 50.5. I mean, you got to take the Saints here. You got to take New Orleans. I mean, this is it right here. This is it. It's do or die for the Hootatters, the Bless You Boys, the Black and Gold, the Cha-Chings. Every week, the Saints are in a must-win situation. They lose to the Miami Dolphins, a team that should have lost to the San Diego Chargers, and a team that got absolutely crushed by the New York Jets. Quarterbacked by one of the most overhyped, overrated players in the history of the game, Jay Cutler. If you can't go out there and beat these guys, that's it, man. That's it. It's time to break the team up. Time to fire the coach, get rid of the general manager. I mean, we dropped to 1-3, heading into the bye week, coming off of a loss against the stinking Miami Dolphins. It's over. It's over. I mean, the bottom line is it's over. It's over. This is a game that the Saints absolutely, positively, unequivocally have to win. There's no way that the Saints can lose to the Miami Dolphins, especially if they're going to take a knee before the game. Especially, I mean, the only way they can get around making themselves look like total fools before the game is to actually win the game. Like Dallas did, like the Cowboys did on Monday night. How stupid would the Dallas Cowboys have looked after doing what they did on Monday night and then going out there and losing to the Arizona Cardinals? Wouldn't have looked good at all. Wouldn't have looked good at all, I can tell you that right now. Same thing with the Saints. Same thing with New Orleans. This is a dumb idea. This is a dumb idea. I mean, look, I'll be the first guy to admit, if this is what it takes to get everybody to stand for the national anthem, I guess I kind of will go with it. You take a knee before the anthem, take your little 10, 15 seconds to protest, whatever you want to protest, and then let's get about business. I can actually live with that. I can actually live with that. I mean, but are we going to do it every week? We're going to do this every week now, week after week after week after week after week after week after week. I mean, come on, man. Is that really what we're going to do? We're going to do this every week? Or is it just this week? Or maybe next week? Or maybe till the end of the month? Look, I mean, like I said, look, You want to go out there, you want to do it once, take the knee, boom, you're all in solidarity, all together, that's great. Who cares? Who cares, man? Who cares? Let's be brutally honest. Who cares? I don't care. I haven't met anybody yet that cares. I mean, I talked to a lot of people out here in Las Vegas. I ain't met anybody who cares yet. The only thing I care about is the Saints beating the Miami Dolphins. New Orleans looked all right last week, but the Carolina Panthers, they're kind of banged up. Cam Newton is never going to be the same quarterback he was when he didn't go after that fumble in the Super Bowl. It showed what Cam Newton was all about. If anything you need to know about Cam Newton, all you got to do is watch the replay of that Super Bowl against Denver when the ball was on the ground and he made a conscious decision not to dive for the ball because he didn't want to hurt himself. And Denver wound up recovering the football. Yep, the guy will never be the same after that. He'll never be the same. So the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, they went and took care of business last week. I had the Saints on the program last week getting 5 points. They win the game outright. I'm coming right back with the New Orleans Saints. I'm coming right back with the Hoodatters, the Bless You Boys, the Black and Gold, the Cha-Chings. I'm going to lay the 3 on Sunday. The game kicks off at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Time. For my first play for the program today, as I tried to extend my winning streak to 6-0 after going 5-0 against the spread last week, I'll take the New Orleans Saints on the road in a neutral site against the Miami Dolphins minus the 3. I'll take the New Orleans Saints minus the 3 points. All right, we got to take a break. Got to take a commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to keep picking games against the spread. I definitely got 2 college football games that I'm looking at on a Saturday. I got at least 1 or 2 more NFL games that I'm looking at for Sunday. Do you like betting football, pro and college, against the spread? And you're having a little trouble finding a winner circle? You absolutely, positively, unequivocally do not want to touch that dial. You are listening to Sportsline with Dave the MeatMan Scandaliato. I'm coming at to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're doing it all right here on 910 AM WBR. CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Give me an extra minute. I'm doing my radio show. I gotta go. I sent you the pic. I'm doing my. Yep, I'll call you when I'm done with the show. I'll call you in about 40 minutes. Bye bye. Somebody just sent me a message on Facebook and said, yeah, the link's not working. Oops. That's what I told him. That's what I told him. He's trying to come up with the $9.95 to go ahead and lock it in. I mean, I was thinking about buying it. I hate to say it. I was just going to go ahead and buy it. That's how I got payafteryouwin.com. I had payafteryou.com. And I bought that in 2005. And somebody had bought this one in 1999. And he didn't pay the bill. He forgot to pay the bill. And I bought it. I snaked it right from his ass. I snaked it right from him. I'm so proud of myself. All right. And welcome back to Sportsline Radio. My name is Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. And I'm coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, like we do every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, right here on 910 a.m. WBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody you know that loses money betting on sports. If you're losing money betting on sports, you want to tell them about this program. If you're winning money betting on sports, man, you don't want to listen to this. I can tell you that right now. Because, I mean, look, you're one of the 0.1% of people that can win, and the last thing I want to do is knock you off your game, Cap. I mean, that's the last thing the MeatMan's looking to do, is knock you off your game. But if you're one of those 999 people out of every 1,000 that doesn't win money betting sports, this is your program right here, man. I'm going to be all year long. I think my record, if I am not mistaken, I'm 17 wins and 9 losses on the season. 17 wins and 9 losses are just over 60%. That's what I'm trying to be. Just over 60%. Now, a lot of people are saying, whoa, MeatMan, that 5-0 preseason record, you got to take that out of there. Well, all right, look, if you want to do that, look, I'm not going to argue with anybody. That puts me at 12-9 on the season. And look, that's 60% right there. That's 6 out of every 10. You find a guy that gets 6 out of every 10 right now, I'll buy his picks. I can tell you right now, I'll sign him for a service. You got a guy that can guarantee me 6 wins out of every 10 games he picks. I give him whatever he wanted. All right, now, I give you 1 pick so far. I give you the New Orleans Saints. That's the first game. The first game on the schedule. That's the London game. An absolute must-win situation against Jay Cutler and the Miami Dolphins. Saints have got to be able to get the job done here. They've got to be able to get the job done. The second game I'm going to do something that I very, 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 very rarely do. I'm going to take a road favorite. That's right. You heard me. You heard it. You heard me say it. That's right. MeatMan's not scared. I'm going to go ahead and take a road favorite. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road. And I'm going to lay the 3 points against the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh's got a lot of stuff they need to clean up on the field this Sunday. The only thing I don't like is Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens are coming off an absolutely awful, I mean awful game in London against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Quite possibly Joe Flacco's worst game ever. Quite possibly his worst game ever played. Because he's a pretty good quarterback. So I am a little nervous on the bounce back spot. But I think Pittsburgh's going to be ready to go. I think Pittsburgh, after last week, losing on the road to what is obviously a pretty piss-poor Chicago Bears team, I think Pittsburgh's got something to prove on Sunday. I think the Steelers have something to prove. I was actually thinking about playing this on the money line. But you got to lay $1.60, $1.70, and there's really no value there because the point spread's 3 minus $1.10. If I bought 6 half points at 10 cents a piece, that'd be 60 cents. I got to lay $1.70 anyway, so there's really no value here. There's no point playing the money line. A lot of times, like you'll take the money line because it just makes sense in conjunction with how many points you got to lay. Why lay 3 points when you only got to lay $1.40? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would cost you 30 cents to buy 1.5. You're getting 3 points for your 30 cents. So I kind of look at it like that. But why pay full price? Why pay full price? I mean, I'm not going to pay full price. I mean, Pittsburgh minus 3, minus $1.10. Pittsburgh minus $1.70 on the money line. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's the same exact thing, only different. It's the same thing. So I would rather take my chances taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover the spread. Because a team that wins the game in the NFL, when the point spread is 9 or less, covers the spread 85% of the time. And Pittsburgh's going to win this game. The Steelers are going to win this game. There's no doubt about it. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go out there on Sunday, and they're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. Remember, the Baltimore Ravens weren't a good team last year. They did not make the playoffs. They had a losing record. And this year, Baltimore wins 20-0 at Cincinnati to start the season. Then they win at home against the Cleveland Browns 24-10. But Cincinnati's 0-3. Cleveland's 0-3. The Browns are 0-3. The Bengals are 0-3. And they play Jacksonville. They lose 44-7 in London. I just think Pittsburgh's going to win the game here. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have something to prove on Sunday. And I'm expecting them to come up big. I don't like laying points. I especially don't like laying points on the road. But sometimes in life, a man has to do what a man has to do. And this man is going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road, and I'm going to lay 3 points. All right, that's my second pick. That's my second pick. My third pick in the NFL, I don't know if this story is true or not, but man, if this is a true story, the NFL has problems. There are rumors out there that since Derek Carr of the Oakland Raiders didn't take a knee on Sunday night before their game against the Redskins. The offensive line decided that they weren't going to block for him. I don't know if any of that's true or not. Wide receivers were dropping very catchable balls. I don't know, man. The center was snapping the ball. I mean, I don't know what to think about the story. I got to look more into it. But either way, I think the Oakland Raiders are not going to win on Sunday against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos showed you how good they are at home. The Denver Broncos are a very, very, very good football team when they play at home. First game of the season, they beat the San Diego Chargers. How I got to push in that game is beyond me. I mean, they were crushing the Chargers. Then they took their foot off the gas for some reason, but they didn't take their foot off the gas the second week against the Dallas Cowboys. The boys came into town, and the Broncos just crushed them. I mean, the Denver Broncos just absolutely crushed the Dallas Cowboys. And then, of course, the Broncos, week 3, they go on the road and they lose. The Broncos, they go on the road week 3 and they lose. They're 2-1. They're 2-1 straight up, and they're 1-1 against the spread. The Oakland Raiders now, I mean, I don't know what to think about that last game, man. I got to read that story again. The point spread, let's see something here. The point spread on this game is also 3. Let's see what the money line is. Yeah, it's the same thing. Actually, you can get $1. Wow. One place is $1.55. One place is $1.80. Now, we'll lay the 3 points. We'll lay the 3 points with the Denver Broncos. Man, I tell you, if this is true about Oakland, I mean, because I don't know what Derek Carr is going to do this week. I don't know what he's going to do. I think I read the story on Facebook. I saw it on Facebook, and I read the story a little bit, and I just don't know if it's true or not. But the bottom line is the Broncos are just a pretty good team at home. The Denver Broncos are a very good team at home, and I just didn't like what I saw with the Raiders last week at Washington. Oakland plays in a tough division, man, with the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of people were picking the Oakland Raiders to maybe do something this season, but when they lose on Sunday to the Denver Broncos, some people might start to have other plans, especially if the Kansas City Chiefs can win their game on Monday night against the Washington Redskins. And, of course, how big is this game once again for both the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders, as they both play in the AFC West? I just think they're both 2-1. Oakland's 2-1. Denver's 2-1. The last couple of times that they played, Denver's won 9 out of the last 10 times. Denver's beaten Oakland 8 out of the last 10 times that they played. Now, Oakland's won 2 out of the last 3. They've won 2 out of the last 3, but the last time they played at Denver, the Broncos won the game last year 24-6. Oakland had won the 2 games prior to that. And then prior to that, the Denver Broncos had beaten the Oakland Raiders 7 times in a row. Like I said, I just think Denver is just a better team at home than they are away. They put up 42 on Dallas. They put up 24 on the Los Angeles Chargers. Then they go to Buffalo, they lose 26-16, but now they're coming back home. Now they're coming back home, and I like this, man. I like this. I mean, if you look at this game right here on paper, I know a lot of people think that the Oakland Raiders are probably the better team, but I'm going to take a shot, and I'm going to lay points again. This time I'm going to take the home team, the Denver Broncos, and I'm going to lay the 3. How you like that? I gave out 3 picks on the program, and I took 3 favorites. You might not ever see that again from the MeatMan. You might not ever experience this again in your lifetime. Me giving out 3 picks on the show and me taking all 3 favorites in the NFL. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints, the Hoodaters, the Bless You Boys, the Black and Gold, the Cha-Chings, in their game in London, -3 against the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore's coming off one of their worst losses ever, especially for their Super Bowl winning quarterback, Joe Flacco. But the Steelers have something to prove on Sunday. And the Steelers have a better team than Baltimore. That's the bottom line. You know, for years, Baltimore had a better team than Pittsburgh. The Ravens were better than the Steelers, but not so fast now, Cap. Pittsburgh's the better team. The team that wins the game covers the spread 85% of the time. Pittsburgh's going to win this game on Sunday. I got the Steelers on the road, -3. And then, like I said a minute ago, I'll take the Denver Broncos at home, -3. So I got a -3 in a neutral site game. I'm laying 3 on the road, and I'm laying 3 at home. Wow. Let the record show that the MeatMan has given out 3 favorites on his Sports Line radio show, trying to keep his 5-0 winning streak alive. All right, we got to take another break. I'm looking at the goddamn clock, and it's already 20 minutes before the top of the hour. I've given you 3 plays so far for this weekend, all 3 in the NFL. When we come back, we're going to talk a little college football. I got 2 plays going on Saturday that I literally love more than life itself. And you can love them with me, brother, but you can't touch that dial because you never know when we're going to come back. It might be a 30-second commercial break. Might be 2-3 minutes. Who knows? Who knows what me and Don are going to do? Don't touch that dial, Cap. You're listening to Sports Line Radio with the MeatMan, Dave Scandaliato, coming at to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're doing it all right here on 910 AM WBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. $20 more minutes, Don. 20 more minutes. It might be the best thing for Tommy's show if LSU does lose on Saturday. Well, you figure you get a few more calls. I can't believe Christ had picked them to lose outright. I mean, how do you go on LSU's campus, sit in the press box, interview the athletic director, and you're picking them to lose to Troy? I mean, not to Alabama or Auburn or Texas A&M, Troy. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Seems like a stretch. Well, I don't know, man. Yes, sir. All right. Welcome back to Sports Line Radio, the final 20 minutes of Sports Line Radio. Don't forget, every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can join me, the MeatMan, Dave Scandaliato, right here on 9:10 a.m. WUBR CBS Sports Radio Baton Rouge. We come at you every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, we record the program. We put it up on YouTube. And you can usually watch the show by about, let's say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central Time. It'll be up on YouTube, and it will be up on my Facebook page. You want to be Facebook friends with the MeatMan? Check me out. D-A-V-E, Dave Scandaliato, Scandaliato. Dave Scandaliato. Just ask to be friends with the MeatMan on Facebook. We'll become friends. And you can watch the show there. Takes a couple hours to download it. You got to remember, it's an hour-long show. And it takes a couple hours to actually download the thing. It does take a little while. So I get it up there as soon as possible. But if you ever miss any episode of Sports Line Radio, you can always watch the rebroadcast on YouTube. And we're going to do this every week. Every week we're picking games against the spread. Last week, 5-0. 5-0 improved my record on the season. It all depends on how you want to look at it. You want to include the preseason games? I'm 17-9 against the spread. You don't want to include the preseason games? I'm 12-9 against the spread. I was 5-0 in the preseason. Either way, I'm at 60%. I'm either in the mid-60s if you include the preseason record, or I'm right at 60% with the 12-9 record. Actually, 12-8. I think that would be 60%. Actually, that would be, I don't know what it is anymore. Yeah, that would be 60%. 12-8. So 12-9 is just under 60%. But that's all right. I'm going 4-1 or 5-0 this week again. No doubt about it. All right, I've given you my 3 pro plays for the week. I took 3 favorites. I took a neutral site favorite, the New Orleans Saints -3. I took a road favorite, the Pittsburgh Steelers -3. And I took a home favorite. I took the Denver Broncos, and I took them -3. So, all right, let's see. Let's now turn our attention to a little college football. And last week on the program was part of the 5-0. The MeatMan was 1-0 in college football. And you talk about a rocking chair game, Cap. You talk about an absolute rocking chair game. I told you to take the Boston College Eagles plus the 34 points. In the fourth quarter, it's 7-7 against the Clemson Tigers. 7-7. It was an absolute yawner. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was pumped the whole game. I was pumped. There's no doubt about it. But, man, I tell you, when you're getting 34 points and it's 7-7 in the fourth quarter, you're just kind of looking over your shoulder. You're checking the score. You're just making sure everything's going to be all right, that there's no kind of terrorist attack that happens, no bombs that go off. It doesn't start pouring down, raining, lightning. You don't want anything that's going to cancel a game, because the game has to go 55 minutes in order for it to become official. Game's got to go 55 minutes. It's got to go 55 minutes. So I was sweating it out a little bit. But then again, not really. Not really. And then, of course, the college football game that I gave out for free on the Sports Forum message board at payafteryouwin.com, I give you the Baylor Bears. Plus the 27. They were winning outright, against the Oklahoma Sooners in the third quarter. Baylor was getting 27 at home, and the Bears are winning outright against the Oklahoma Sooners in the third quarter. Baylor's going to turn it around. They got the Temple coach. And this guy that used to coach at Temple, he had the Owls, a very high-flying, high-scoring team. And, of course, when he got to Baylor, that was just a bad situation. He's going to get them turned around. This week, Baylor is getting 15 points against Kansas State, the Wildcats. And Baylor is 0-4. They haven't won a game yet. Kansas State is 2-1. Kansas State lost last week, I want to say at Vanderbilt, 14-7. And then they beat Charlotte, and they beat some other team I've never heard of. They beat Central Arkansas, C-A-R-K. So they beat Central Arkansas, and they beat Charlotte. How are they a 15-point favorite against anybody? Really? Yes, I know that Baylor lost to Liberty 48-45. Then as a 12-point favorite, they lost outright to Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners, 17-10. They did give Duke a pretty good game at Duke, and Duke's playing some pretty good football. The Blue Devils beat Baylor, the Bears, 34-20. And then, of course, last week, the Baylor Bears lose to the Oklahoma Sooners 49-41. There's no reason in the world that the Kansas State Wildcats ought to be given 15 points to anybody. And that includes the Baylor Bears, Cap. Put me down. Game 139-140. Put me down for the Baylor Bears on the road, plus the 15 points. All right, my next game 117-118. South Florida, the Bulls against East Carolina, the Pirates. Right now, South Florida, the Bulls are about a 21.5 point favorite, depending on where you do your shopping. The game opened 24. The total is up to 73. It opened at 69. Everybody's betting South Florida. Everybody's betting the Bulls. And I talked to one of my odds maker friends, and he said that they padded this point spread a good 4 or 5 points, because people are just blindly betting South Florida. They just blindly betting the Bulls. They just blindly betting South Florida, and that's because they're a scoring machine. Their last 10 games, South Florida, 30, 52, 49, 35, 48, 46, 42, 31, 47. And then, of course, last week, they absolutely pummel Temple 43-7. But I'm going to take East Carolina here, man. I'm going to take ECU plus the points. They always play South Florida tough, especially at home. I mean, the last time they played, 2015, South Florida only beat East Carolina 22-17. Time before that, yeah, it was back in 2003. South Florida won the game 38-37. Well, East Carolina sucks. I know that. I got the memo, believe it or not. I got the memo, but they played some decent teams. They played at West Virginia. They did play Virginia Tech. I don't think East Carolina can win this game by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely think that the Pirates can keep it close. I'm going to take East Carolina with my fifth play on the program today. I'll take the Pirates at home plus the 21.5. And we're going to knock it up to 22. I'm going to buy the half a point. And we're going to knock it up to 22. My final game, I'm going to take the Oregon State Beavers plus the 27 points at home against the Washington Huskies. This is game 163-164. Washington opened a 27-point favorite. Washington opened a 28-point favorite. It's down to 27. The total opened 63. And that's down to 60. So we got a 1-point move on the side and a 3-point move on the total. Look, I know Oregon State ain't any good. I know that. But the bottom line is, I can't tell you what the bottom line is. I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret. It's an ancient Chinese secret. You're just going to have to kind of go with the flow on this one, brother. I'm not going to get into a lot of details how I got my hands on this play right here. I'm just not going to get into a lot of details. I'm not going to get into a lot of ifs, ands, or buts about how I came up with this play. All I got to do is tell you to just trust the MeatMan. Trust the MeatMan. You're getting a lot of points here. You're getting a lot of points. You're almost getting 4 touchdowns. You're getting 27 points, and you're getting the home team here. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, MeatMan, all you do is play underdogs." No, I just picked 3 favorites in the NFL a couple of minutes ago. Yes, in college football, I did wind up going with 3 underdogs, but don't sit here and say I just play underdogs. That's not true. That's not true. But my 6th pick on the show, I'll take the Oregon State Beavers at home plus the 27 points. All right, so in the NFL, we got the New Orleans Saints -3 in that neutral site game in London against the Miami Dolphins. We're taking the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road -3 against the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to take the Denver Broncos at home -3 points against the Oakland Raiders. And then on Saturday, we're going to take the Baylor Bears plus the 15 on the road against the Kansas State Wildcats. We're going to take the Oregon State Beavers plus the 27 points at home against the Washington Huskies. And in the final game, we're going to take the East Carolina Pirates at home. The spread's 21.5. We're going to buy the half a point. We're going to knock it up to 22. We're going to take the East Carolina Pirates at home plus the 22 against the South Florida Bulls. So there you go, Cap. 5-0 last week. 17-9 on the season here on the radio, picking games against the spread if you include the preseason. You don't want to include the preseason? 12-9 against the spread. I'll take it. 5-0 last week. 3 NFL games on Sunday. 3 college football games on Saturday. If there's any other game you want to talk about this weekend, I want you to give me a call right out here in Las Vegas on my personal iPhone, on my personal toll-free number that I'm literally going to have till the day I die. 1-833-MeatMan. 1-833-MEATMAN. Talk directly with the Meatman. Dave Scandaliato, live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Give me a call. Talk directly with me. The Meatman, Dave Scandaliato, live in Las Vegas, Nevada, on my personal iPhone, on my own personal toll-free number that I'm literally going to have until the day I die. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Sports Line Radio. Don't forget, Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report comes up after this program. As always, I want to thank my man Don back in the studio. Everything went about as smooth as humanly possible today. I got to thank my man TK, Tommy Chrysant, who helped me get this spot here on Pelican Sports Radio. And, of course, I always want to thank my man Alan, the owner of Pelican Sports Radio, Pelican Sports TV, for giving me the opportunity to do this program. Make sure you bet with your head, not over it, Cap. Money management is the key when you're trying to turn a profit betting sports. Don't forget to watch the rebroadcast of this program on YouTube or my Facebook page. As always, my name is Dave, the Meatman Scandaliato. I'll see you in 167 hours right here on Sportsline. All righty, sir. You and the wife got big plans this weekend? Y'all going to the LSU game? I can't hear you. You got to put the mic on it. No mic. Yeah, I can hear you now. All right. Wow. Wow. Right. Especially when you got people over there predicting them to lose outright as a 20-point favorite. You too. I will see you next week. Thank you, Don. Bye-bye. All right. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Sports Line Radio. Don't forget, every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, 9:10 a.m. WBR. CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Of course, you can always watch the rebroadcast of this program on my Facebook page. Just go to Dave Scandaliato, DAVESCANDALIATO, Dave Scandaliato on Facebook. I usually have the show posted up 3 or 4 hours after it's done. It takes a little while to upload. Don't forget, you need to get in touch with the Meatman. I'm available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Give me a call, my personal iPhone, my own personal toll-free number, that I'm going to have until the day I die. 1-833-MEATMAN. 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 All right, as always, I want to thank everybody who listened to the show live or watched the rebroadcast on YouTube. And that with your head not over it, man. I was 5-0 last week. There's no guarantees what's going to happen this week. And I look forward to speaking with you 167 hours from now, right here on Sportsline. As always, my name is Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. Have a great betting weekend, everybody.